Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. And before I get started with today's video, remember to give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And without further ado, let's get on with the video. Today's video is going to be a reading vlog, but not just any reading vlog. This is a collab with Jess from This Kiwi. She asked me to be part of her Read the Beat series, which is where the person she chose, I picked 3 songs for her, and she picks 3 songs for me. And we read books based off of those songs. And I am so excited. Thank you, Jess, for choosing me to be a part of this series. And I am so excited to see what songs you chose. So let me pull up her video and we will see. Okay, we are in a completely different location. It is a new day. My laptop has not been working, so we are using my mom's laptop. But we are going to get this done and we are going to see what Jess chose. I'm so excited. Also a little nervous, but let's just see.
Hello, Sarah. Welcome to Read the Beat episode 6. Thank you so much for being a part of this. I really appreciate it. I'm so excited to see what you picked for me. But let's talk about the songs that I'm picking for you. Now, some of these are quite new, some of these are quite old, like really old. And then you've got one that's kind of in between. Starting off with the UK, you've got 2 songs from the UK. First is a song that has only just been released. Now, Robbie Williams has gone and made a biopic about his life and his trials and tribulations and his success back into fame and stuff like that. And for this movie, he has written a song. It's called Forbidden Road. Now, I love Robbie Williams.
Okay, so the first one is Forbidden Roads by Robbie Williams. I've never heard of this song or this artist, this person, but I'm excited. So I will go check out that song after we watch the rest of them.
I'm going to go out there and say that I don't know how well you would know Robbie Williams where you are. I believe you're in Canada.
Yeah, I don't know Robbie Williams at all, but I will definitely be looking into him.
But his music is awesome, and listen, he is not PG. He's very much not PG, especially in his early life. But he just has such great music, and then for him to then write a song and come out with this just for the movie was just fantastic. I remember walking out of the movie theater. We're about to walk out of the movie theater, and both me and my mum stopped because there was the song playing with the credits, and it just had some photos of his life and his real life and stuff like that. So that's going to be my first song for you. It's Forbidden Road by Robbie Williams. Very, very, very new. It only came out a couple of weeks ago, but I kind of instantly fell in love with it, as I do with Robbie Williams. Now your second song, again, we're staying in the UK. This is from a British songwriter and singer called Chris Rea. I think that's how you say his name. And I listened to this song actually not very long ago, and it was awesome. It's a song called Let's Dance. It's a song called Let's Dance.
Okay, so the next song is Let's Dance by Chris Rea. Never heard of this person either or this song, but I'm excited to hear what the song is about.
And this came out in 1987, and it's got that 80s vibe to it, and it's really awesome. And every time
I love 80s music, so I'm excited for this one now.
I listen to the song, it makes me want to keep listening to it. It makes me want to get up and dance, and it makes me feel so happy. And then there's also the simplicity of it. The song itself is very simple. It's got a very simple message of dance and a little bit of love and romance in there. But it's very repetitive and things like that. So you could also kind of use that as a bit of a prompt as well. But it's a bit of a wild card. I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit of a wild card. And I'm excited to see what you pick for it. Because yeah, like I said, I really, really enjoy that song. Now from the UK to, I guess, Pan Am, we have The Hanging Tree by Jennifer Lawrence, used in the...
And our third song is The Hanging Tree by Jennifer Lawrence from The Hunger Games. And if you didn't know, The Hunger Games book series is my favorite book series of all time. I love everything to do with The Hunger Games. And I know what book I'm going to be reading for this.
Mockingjay Part 2 soundtrack. And her singing voice was just incredible. I immediately fell in love with that song and the singing voice and how they shot the movie. And like, yes, it's a movie, but like it's a book as well. How they shot the movie with the song and her singing, and then moving it into like I can't remember what district it was. It might have been District 3 or District 2 where they blew up the dam, and they kind of like charged it, and they were all singing that as well. And the chorus, like the entry of a choir, just really gets me, and gives me.
When I first saw The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2 and the song was stuck in my head on repeat. So this one I definitely do know.
Goosebumps. And it kind of makes me feel quite powerful. And that's kind of how this song feels. It feels like a powerful song that is aimed at kind of not necessarily getting revenge, but getting some kind of justice for an injustice. And that's kind of what that song represents for me. So yes, those are your 3 songs. They are Forbidden Road by Robbie Williams, Let's Dance by Chris Rea, and The Hanging Tree by Jennifer Lawrence. I cannot wait to see what you pick, and I cannot wait to see what songs I have got as well. Bye-bye.
So those are our 3 songs. I'm going to go decide on some books, and we will start this reading vlog. Our first read of this vlog is going to be for the song Hanging Tree by Jennifer Lawrence, and I've decided to go with a book that definitely relates to the Hunger Games. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. This is the prequel to the Hunger Games trilogy. I actually have not read this one. I'm very nervous to. This follows President Snow before he was president, and I hate him so much. So this one is going to be interesting, but I am excited to read it. And also, not just for the fact that it is Hunger Games, but in the title Hanging Tree, trees generally have green leaves. This cover is green. And trees also sometimes have birds living in them. And there's a bird here. So many connections. I am excited to read this. This is a YA dystopian sci-fi. And I'm sure you guys all know what the Hunger Games is. I'm excited to get to it. Let's get reading. I'm on page 76. So far, not much has happened. But the book, it's okay. And it's good. I mean, not much has happened. It's not the original trilogy for sure. But what has happened so far is we saw a lot into Snow's into his life before, and then was assigned his tribute, which he thinks was because the people in charge hate him, because they gave him the District 12 girl, and that's like, he thinks the worst person you can get, because District 12 is like the poorest district, and a girl. Like, there's no hope of a girl winning. That's what he thinks. So that's why he thinks that's like a real slap in the face. But then we saw her when she was, what is the word? Chosen, like her name was drawn. And she was wearing these bright colors, unlike everyone else. And I'm going to put the book down. And she started singing, and he was like intrigued by her. So he showed up when she arrived on the train. He was there, and he kind of like talked to her. And then the tributes were put in cages, And that is the part I've gotten to. Well, actually, right now, I mean, it's kind of a spoiler, but it happens early on. So if you don't want to know, just skip ahead. But what happened is this other guy was asking to trade their tributes because the one he's with, like, has something against him. And so he asked that, but then Snow was like, he's thinking, I could easily, like, that tribute could easily win. I could easily win with them. But it'd be even better to win with her because no one would expect it. So he decided to keep her and be her mentor because he wants his win to be even more of a win. And Snow is horrible. But that is the part I've gotten to in this book, and I'm excited to continue reading. I'm on page 192, and so far it's okay. It's a good time. And what has happened so far is people are dying left, right, and center. And the games haven't even started yet. And Snow, I know I said this already, and I'm sure you guys all know if you've read this or the Hunger Games trilogy, he is just so horrible. And it's really hard to read about, like, him being the main character when he's just so evil. But this one is, I'm glad I'm reading it because I definitely want to know what it was about. And it is enjoyable, but it's nothing amazing. But I'm going to go continue reading. I finished The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and I give it 4 stars. I did enjoy this one quite a bit. And I don't want to say too much about what happened in the last part of the book because I don't want to spoil anything. But I enjoyed it, and I do think if you love the Hunger Games, you might want to check this one out. And I'm excited to watch the movie. But that's really all my thoughts on this without going into spoilery detail. But, I mean, I feel like I saw everything coming. Well, like, I didn't see the exact thing, but I knew who Snow was. So, I did enjoy this book. This is the first book of this video read, and I will tell you what the next book is when I'm ready to start reading it. So, the next book we are going to be reading is for the song Let's Dance by Chris Rea. Not sure how to pronounce that, but I'm going to be reading Play With Me by Becca Mack, book 2 in the Playing for Keeps series. And I'm connecting these because the cover, or like the song cover, album cover of Let's Dance is like a watercolor design. And this cover is a watercolor art style. And that is how I'm connecting the two books. This one is a chunky book. It is a hockey romance. And it's book 2 in a series. I read the first one just like a couple weeks ago this year. And this one I know nothing about. I'm not even sure who it's following. Okay, it's following Garrett. I remember him from the first book. And it says, a dedicated player struggles with the number 1 team rule. Don't go near the captain's sister. Oh, yes, that's right. I'm remembering the first book right now. It's all coming back to me. And this is the book we are going to be reading, so let's just dive right into it. I'm on page 78 of Play With Me, and this book follows Garrett, who is one of the hockey players, and Jenny, who is the male main character from the first book, his sister. And, like, Garrett likes Jenny. He's flirted with her. He's trying to be nice to her, but she is turning him down. She thinks he's just a playboy and she doesn't want anything to do with him, but secretly, she's starting to have feelings for him. She lost her stuffed animal that her dad gave her, and it's like really sentimental, and he helped her look for it, and it was just so sweet. And basically what's happened is she moved for her birthday. Her brother bought her an apartment, so she moved in, and in that apartment building is where Garrett lives. And she did not know this when she got the place. But they now live in the same building, so they've had some interactions, and I am really loving this book so far. I don't have too much to say because it feels like a lot has happened, but it's been very like minor stuff. But I am loving it, and I can't wait to continue reading. I just filmed the most of what I wanted to say and then realized I had ketchup on my face. So here I am doing it again. I am on page 240 of Play With Me, and I am loving it so far. What has happened is they started up a Secret Friends with Benefits, and it was going well until they got caught making out by one of the hockey players on the team and one of the team's friends. And then they decided, like, okay, we need to stop. We've pushed our luck. We don't want to get caught. But that lasted like all of 2 seconds because they could not stay away from each other. And they're like, okay, screw this. We need to be continuing this Friends with Benefits. And that is what has happened so far. I am loving this book so much. And I'm so excited to continue reading. So let's go do just that. So I finished Play With Me. I gave it 5 stars. I loved it. I think it's my favorite in the series so far. This is book 2. And I loved book 1, gave it 5 stars, but I think this is my favorite. I'm not sure though, but I loved this book so much. And I don't want to say too much about the last part of the book because I don't want to spoil anything. But our main male character, his sisters are so adorable and cute and sweet and funny. I loved them. We didn't see a ton of them, but we did have like one really good scene, and they weren't a few scenes, but there was one that just was so cute, and I loved it. And that is that book and for that song. And when I read the third and final book for the third and final song, I will let you know what it is. Sorry about the lighting. If I'm here, it's like that. So I'm going to be right up in your face. And the third and final book I'm going to be reading is for the song Forbidden Road, and that is Allegiant by Veronica Roth. This is a YA dystopian sci-fi. It is the third and final book in the Divergent trilogy, and I'm connecting this book to the song because the song talks about like going through hard times and hardship and testing the limits, and that is exactly what Triss is doing in the series. So I'm going to be reading Allegiant. I've loved the first 2 books, and I'm excited but nervous to get to this one because a lot of people are unhappy with how this one goes, but I'm going to go get reading and I'll update you guys when I have started reading it. I'm on page 88 of Allegiant, which is chapter 11, and so far it's okay. It's not as good as the first 2 in my opinion, and I'm not really drawn back into the story yet, but it's not bad by any means. I will be continuing reading, and I don't really have any thoughts, and I don't want to say too much since it is the third book in a series, and I don't want to spoil anything, but so far it's been quite a slow start, but I will keep you updated. I'm on page 179 of Allegiant, and so far I am liking it. It is a little slow, but we just found out something very shocking about 4 and Triss's mom, and about who/what they are, and I was so shocked. I did not see that twist coming. I especially did not see it about 4. Like, I never really thought much about Triss's mom, so maybe if I had, I would have figured it out, but I'm so shocked. And I think that was a great reveal, and that is literally the part I've gotten up to. And I am enjoying this, and I think I hopefully will be able to finish this fairly quickly. And I'm this far and got this much left to go. Hopefully I can finish it soon, and I am just excited to get to it. So let's go get reading. So we just had an earthquake. And yeah, I haven't felt too many in my life. That one was the biggest one I can recall. And it wasn't like huge or anything, but it did shake the entire house. But I finished Allegiant last night. I gave it 4.5 stars. I really did enjoy this book. And the part that makes everyone like hate the series and stuff and want to throw their book across the room, I didn't hate it. It didn't bother me as much. I'm just in pure shock. Like, I was in shock all last night, and I'm honestly still in shock. Like, I can't believe that that happened. But I really enjoyed this book and this series, and I highly recommend this series if you have been thinking of picking it up. I can't believe it's over, though. That's crazy to me. It's over. I've read it. I still have, where is it? 4. This one, which is about 4. And it's like the first book or the first 3 books, all of them, like from scenes from his perspective. And that is going to be it for this video. And I had so much fun doing this. Thank you, Jess, for asking me to be a part of this. Hopefully you loved the books you read for the songs I recommended you. And I had so much fun. If you made it this far, please go check out Jess's channel. I will leave her link down below. And also comment what should you guys comment? Headphones emoji. There's a headphones emoji, right? Headphones, or like a record or a music note, something to do with music and song, and because this is Read the Beats. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And before you go, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. I'll see y'all next time. Bye, everyone.